All right, crappie.com folks, I'm back on the boat. Got to get this boat out of here, put the cap back on, but I have to repair the stringers first. A lot is rotting away, as you can see. So I got to replace stringers. I'm also doing something a little goofy. I'm going to lower the floor. Just a small part of it, just where you kind of, it'll be something about this size right here. It'll almost be a trap floor that you can leave in the regular position, or you can open it up and realize the trap lower floor. It'll probably be lowered about 4 inches or more, and it'll help you get up off the seat for older peeps like me. The original floor is high on this boat. Essentially, it's a bass boat, and the seats are real low, so you're getting up, and you're getting up like you're off the ground, and I want to change that. So I'm going to optionally be able to lower the floor. You know, you can put it at both levels, whatever level you want, and I'll raise the seat as well, and I'll be able to stand up a lot better, and I'll be able to stand lower in the boat in inclement weather. And it'll be a hatch there, so I'll be able to see what's going on underneath it. Not like before where everything everything rotted away, rust, same thing kind of, right? But here you can see the stringers all got real bad and rotted. So what I'm going to do today is, you guys know I don't like working, I got bad back, and I don't like working on the ground. So I got a putty knife, or whatever you want to call this thing, on a stick to scrape away the foam. And now I got this thing. Look at this. This is stainless steel bristles on a pool cleaning thing. It's on a pole. And look at that. I'm going to clean up the boat and vacuum. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see its action. It actually works pretty good. I'm gonna set this camera down and get 2 hands on it and clean up a whole bunch, and then vacuum away all the dirt and grime and get this hull cleaned up. I still got work to do on the stringers to get the stuff out, but here you'll see some of that. I'm gonna go wide angle, and let's get some of this stuff out. Let me get a tool. And I'll get in there and see what I can do. That worked out well. Let's take a look at these stringers first. Oh. Actually, I'm just going to break that off. This is all the rotten wood in the stringers. This is what all of this look like heard me say this before, wood doesn't belong in stringers unless you could seal the stringers completely. And whoever built this boat did a poor job at that. They didn't do a good job fiberglassing either, because there's these fiberglass bubbles all over the place. So I gotta pop the bubbles and clean up the debris. So I want to see how this thing works. Let's see how this cleans up. Turn on the pan. I got a garage whole house fan. I got the windows in the screen room, the door to the screen room open. Just pulling fresh air in, getting it all out. It's pretty good in the attic. That's not bad. I get to do it over there so I don't breathe it all in. Let's bring fresh air in over here. Awesome. This works pretty good. See the resin bubbles I was talking about? That's nice. That's nice. Just fell over. So look at the staples. The staples rust and the water seeps right in. And this is the good part of the wood. They got staples all over this darn thing. Need a pair of pliers. What you do? Lay down. Lay down, Kofu. Do good boy. cut more of that out. So I'm wasting my time on that. I'm wasting my time on this right here because it's just gotta go. I gotta cut a tip back there somewhere. Done deal. Alright, so that's gotta get cut, that's gotta get cut. This stuff is really solid. I can probably butt up against that. This I'm gonna have to take a sander. I'm gonna have to take a sander to this stuff. You know, get it all smoothed out. And I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go back further there. But this stuff's all gotta go, obviously. So let's see how that does on there. My little drill tool. Actually, I could use a bigger flat blade on that, but it works. What's kind of cool is you can zip on the sides, and it separates it from the fiberglass. That works out good. Whoa. Gotta reattach that. I might be able to get all this out in one chunk. Gotta go. Oh, I could just go backwards with this. It draws itself in based on which way it's spinning. So on this side, I just flip it, turn the motor, spin the other way. I can flip it this way, and it'll suck itself into this wall. That's so cool. So let's see if it comes out. Look at that. There we go. Look at this. Comes right out. This is all super rotten here, so it'll come out easy anyway, but here where it's not so rotten, my tool. Rojo mentioned a tool, and I never asked him what it was about. Well, he said it was to take, you know, the wood out of the stringers. I imagine it's something very similar to this, but he made me think about it, and I came up with the screwdriver thing. What a bunch of great people on crappie.com. Look at that, the whole stringer's clean out, just gotta vacuum it out now. Look at that, it took nothing almost. Let me back up. Well, here, I'll turn around. And let's go this way. This is done with. This has kind of been fermenting in this garage for a long time now. Fermenting, rotting. Same thing, right? That should vacuum right out. All right. So what do we got here? And up there, well, let's start digging. See which way the blade's spinning. So it should draw to the right. It's gonna come out anyway. That thing works great, really, as a tool. Let's see if we can pop this out. Huh. Flathead screwdriver trick does the job. I have to get a regular screwdriver to jam in there. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's go to this side. I got a feeling I just got to cut more of that away. Let's take out what I can. We got the foam out of this area. This is another area where the resins and fiberglass meets the foam and kind of mix together. Just a terrible job of fiberglassing this in. Staples. It's funny working one-handed with the one with the camera. Voila. Wood is such a good sponge. Makes terrible stringers. especially if they're stapled and if the stringers are stapled in place. So this I'm gonna have to cut up to. We gotta go back inside of that. We probably gotta go back inside of that too. So what I'm left with is stuff that I gotta just cut into. So I think I'm at cleanup time. So where I'm gonna just vacuum this all out. Vacuum all the garbage. Pretty cool. Right? I guess that's it. See here, big resin pockets that bulge out. It's all got to be rock underneath there too. So essentially I'm just going to cut probably on up to here. You know, this is done. Well, I don't know. I might have to cut it just so I can get deeper into it. So I just make them even, cut them all the way up to here. We'll see. We will see. See all the staples? Here's the staples. The staples just create just rust, and then they create weep holes for water to go into the fiberglass. It's just stupid. You know, you could have just glued it here. You know what I mean? You don't. What do you need staples for? Oh, look at that. Let's see if there's water still here. Watch. Look at that. There's water there. See the water? Where is? I don't know if you can see the water. Let me change the zoom stuff. See the water? I can see it through the camera. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can't grab a piece and squish it. Well, it needed a lot of pressure. Let me see if I can show water one more time. Go up here. Take away what's on top. See what's wet there? That's water. That's water there. Come on. My fingers are wet. I can't squeeze water out. There's drips. See? Did you see the drips? So there's water in what's been indoors for almost a year. And you can see it's still wet back there. You can see there's water and foam everywhere. Everywhere on this boat. So this stuff does not dry out. It's a sponge. It retains water forever. I'll cut more of this stuff out too. Cool. I wonder if these boards just flip up. Probably. They got fiberglass on them. So I was gonna leave these boards alone and I'll just dig in there to get more water out. I guarantee there's water in that big piece of foam. I'll need my shovel for that. So while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to dig that foam out that I pointed to earlier. And I'll show you the water that's in there. I go through this foam. wide angle. I go through this foam with my spade shovel, trench shovel, I think it's actually called. Again, digging with one hand. Should be about ready to come out. Let's see. Oh, falling down. My back. I gotta put this seat here. I don't bend well, but here it is. Look at that. Comes on the chunk. Does not look like there's water on the bottom of that. Seems pretty dry. This corner's dry, right? Well, that's a good sign. First part of the boat I found that's dry. There's always a first. It's the first foam at the bottom of the boat. Is it really dry? Yeah. Holy crackamole. I found a spot in the foam on the bottom of the boat that's dry. You know, it only had, this is the end of it. It stops right here anyway. So, that part stayed dry. So cool. I know it was dry this far up. I don't need to dig any further. This can all stay. So now we got this side. Let's do that. While I'm here, let's do that. Not all off. Ooh, I'm losing you guys. One-handed work is crazy. This might be dry too. Did anybody see wet yet? Slow boat to China. Now, second part of the boat that's dry. It's just these corners, the whole boat. This is what I'll be able to check, and it's dry. It's dry. That corner's not wet, it's dry. Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna do some cleanup and vacuum. But we're getting somewhere, right? I don't know how far we're getting, but we're getting somewhere. Oh, that breeze feels good with that garage fan. Here, I'll put you guys on this, and you can see me clean up the big parts at least. Oh, so I did a bunch of cleanup work today. Got this a little bit better. Still got a way to go. I found where I got to cut more of the stringers out at. My pointer, see? So what I'm going to do is here's a cut, and I'm actually going to take it further because this is rotten in here too. And then here too, we're going to go back to somewhere over there. So that's one place. These look good here, everywhere. You know, I'll be putting something on top of the stringer, but then over here, even that one has problems. I gotta cut here more, I gotta cut here more, I gotta cut here off. And then probably here too, up to this big piece of poorly done fiberglass. Look at that here too. This is bad news, fiberglassing. And what's interesting is right there too. Do you see the little hole right in front of where I'm pointing? And that's all a bubble. And that's in the bottom of the floor. So water could get in there, and I'm sure it did. Hi Kovu, what you doing? Kovu's helping. So I still got cleanup work to do. I like the pool stuff. You know, that pool. Where is that? Let me get that and I'll show it to you. I like this long handle stuff so I can have the, you know, you guys will probably yell at me for not having my respirator on, but I did have this whole house fan on, the whole garage fan on, with the door open over there, getting fresh air from the outside, constantly at a high rate. So I felt comfortable not having to have a respirator on. I kind of hate wearing those. I can't breathe. But I wear them when I have to, when I feel I have to, especially when I use power tools. That's kind of why I like these tools on a stick, so I don't have to be right up close inhaling fiberglass. So this is what I just got. It's actually a pool cleaner. It's got stainless steel bristles. And where's a good example where I can rub stuff off? Like right here. It cleans it up nice. Alright, I'm going to cut this. And yes, I have my respirator on. Alright, gotta use two hands, so you'll see the end result. Don't know if you can hear me, but I think it's good. I cut this down to the good wood, so I'm good there. I got this down to good wood. Just got to whittle some of this away, whittle some of this away. Sand this stuff down, whittle some of this away. Then I chop this stuff off because that was all decayed. Looks like I got down to some better wood. I'll have to whittle some of that away, but it looks good here. And then this I took off, and I'll have to whittle that away. So cool. I'm whittling my way down. So I didn't do this. I'm just gonna have to, grind down the top, make it nice, because that's solid. That side's not so much, but it looks good. I think I'm good. I'll let the dust settle. Since I had power tools, see, use a power tool, and you can see all the dust in the air. Once you go to power tools,
Case closed. Gotta wear the respirator. Whew, time to rest. Time to take a shower maybe.